They're a physical team, and we still needed time to understand how physical is a Big Ten team actually, because we've played a couple new teams, and it's kind of like doesn't show exactly like what Big Ten teams are. But this team is an old team who knows how to play together, who played Big Ten games long time, and it's something that it's hard to adjust. But I feel like we did good adjustment in the second half and came stronger.
Back-to-back games in overtime, obviously. I mean, does that, and these were teams in the bottom of the stage or whatever, does that just show how deep this league is?
Yes, it definitely shows like how good of this how good of a Big Ten is, because everybody can beat everybody. And I said it like a million times. I've said it to my family. I've said it to everybody. It's just there is no bad teams in the Big Ten conference.
What was the mentality after the way Minnesota ended? And
we just wanted to get back on a right decision, some kind of routine, to get better, because we understand it's a long season, and if we let one loss crush us, then it's going to be everything wasted in nowhere. But if we can get stronger and learn from these losses, we can have something good.
Vlad, are they doing anything different than teams recently defending the 4-5 ball screen as far as you and Danny?
It's hard to say, because every team is so special of who they have on the court. This team had one big center and more a small forward, so they play one style. Teams who has two big centers, power forwards, they play differently. So they did different stuff, but we've seen it before in the early season.
Vlad, going into this season, did you ever think you'd have a game where you hit three threes?
And of course.
How big were those though early in the game? Because 3 out of the team's first 5 buckets were your threes.
I feel like I was pretty wide open, and Danny taught me something, that it's impossible to block the 3 from 7-footer, because I've tried whole summer and I don't think I get one time. So I just understand that how much more time I have than usually. So it's just thank you, Danny.
Do you feel like you have a green light to shoot them whenever you're open?
It's not. I don't think about green light or red light, whatever it is. If I'm open, I'm gonna take any kind of shot. If I'm close, I'm gonna find something better. So it just shot selection.
Obviously, you tested the waters this last year. I have to imagine that was probably something that they probably wanted to see in your game. I mean, you hadn't even tried a 3 for 117 games.
Because I don't need it. It's not that I was scared or I couldn't do it. Obviously, I've put a lot of work, and obviously Danny taught me that I have a lot of time. But it just, in my previous team, that's not what they wanted from me. In this team, it's something that I can help, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do whatever it takes.
And most of your threes came from the top of the key, if not all of them. Is that kind of your favorite spot, or did that just come from circumstance?
It just comes from circumstance. If I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna shoot. But most of because I play pick and roll, I have to be there, so it becomes just my normal spot where I just leave.
How was the 3 helped open up the lane maybe a little bit for you?
That helped a lot. I had a couple drives on the lake lock, and I feel like we could really make it in the points, free throws or just points. So it helps a lot if you shoot the ball and people start getting closer to you. It helps a lot with decision making.
Do you get some sort of explanation for the tech? It felt like you were really crowded in there with your elbows.
It just I didn't try to hit him on purpose. I tried to move it, and I know by definition if your elbow goes to somebody's face, it's a technical foul. He's probably I don't know how much, probably 5-10 inches shorter than I am. So it's kind of, as a tall child, I've always had that problem that somebody was under my elbows, but I couldn't give them ball either. So it happened. We just had to play through that.
Vlad, what's your take on replay reviews in general and how the game stops a lot in the last?
It was long. I told referee I'm hungry, sorry, but it was. Sometimes it happens when it's a long game. It's like we kind of could see that it's going to be a long game from the start because it was not like a high scoring game, so it's hard to go on a longer run, but it was maybe not something that I like, but that's something that sometimes happens.
One more. I know you're not obviously going to be concerned about Danny, and some people might say like, oh, he didn't make a shot today. But I guess in a way, is that even better that you didn't get really anything from Danny and still found a way?
I just don't think stats shows how good of a player he is. Just first of all, he helps our defense tremendously. The way like his size works, it's just unbelievable. Then even if he didn't make a shot or if he missed a shot, he still has so much intention driving to him, so it opens for everybody else. I mean, he's a great player, regardless he makes shot or not.
They're calling us back to court. We got a couple more reviews.
Okay.
Thank you, Vlad. You're good.